to tape that. It's a shawl. It's a skirt. Okay, you have to, first things first, ignore all the shit in this room and on the floor. Okay, we're going to make a riding skirt. This one is one we made before, and it's basically a template. But we'll show you how to do this. It's pretty easy. So the best thing to do is buy a piece of wool fabric. Throw blankets are great. Something that's 60 inches. It's like, what are they, like 60 by 40 or 60 by 60, something like that. Okay. Yep, okay. Again, please ignore how disgusting my carpet is. I inherited the carpet when I bought the house, and I haven't changed it yet. Okay. So here's Sierra's blanket, and the first thing you're going to do is just fold it in half. Okay, so what we did is we took this, what the heck do you call this, Sierra? Houndstooth?
Yeah.
Okay. How is that a houndstooth? There's not even any, like, fangs. Like, hound's teeth, I don't know, they have fangs. Okay, so then you fold your houndstooth or whatever your wool fabric is in half. And then whatever your waist measurement is, you're going to cut that in half. So if you measure from here to here, what do we got here, Sierra? Like, what is this, like 16 inches? Mm-hmm. So this is like 16 inches. And you're just going to basically cut this little circle out, and that's going to be your waistband. So the depth here is probably about 2 or 3 inches. Yeah, it looks like it's about 3 inches. So you're going to cut 3 inches here, and then this is 16 inches. So when you unfold this other fabric, it'll give you a waist of whatever 16 plus 16 is. What's 16 plus 16? 32. And your waist is under 32. So you want to have your waistband like maybe 5 inches, what do you think, like 5 inches wider than your actual waist, because you want it to overlap like a wraparound skirt. Okay, so we're going to cut this out. So all you're doing is taking this fabric, you fold it in half. Here's the fold right here. And you're going to cut in however many inches you need for your waist, and just go about, 3 or 4 inches deep. So this is a skirt that Sierra and I have already made. So you can see that it wraps around. Show everybody how it wraps around. So just show the undo the waist, right? And it's just Velcro. You just Velcro it around. Now we actually have a serger. So when we cut this waistband out, you can either serge all around these edges, or you can put a quilting binding on that if you want to. So Sierra actually mentioned something else, which is you're probably going to want the waist a little longer because you're going to wear it over your breeches, and you might even want it over the waistband of your coat. So we're actually going to cut this skirt a little bit longer than the one we're using as a pattern on top. So the houndstooth we're cutting longer so that she can wear it over her clothes. Yep. So Sierra's cutting the bottom of the skirt, and all you're doing is just cutting a curve. That's all you're doing. Nothing more than just cutting the curve at the bottom. And if you fold, like I said, we're using this as a template. It's basically just the blanket square, and then we're going to cut this off, and that's it. The length of the skirt in the front, where the knee is from here, where I'm pointing with my toe, to this corner. That's going to be the length at your knee. And the way this drapes in the back, where Sierra just finished cutting that curve back there, that's the length behind. So these are a riding kilt. So they're high-low. Yeah, exactly. They're short in the front and long in the back, and then the blanket drapes over the horse's butt when you ride. And we like to use Velcro for the waist so that, God forbid, you fall off, the skirt can rip off of you, so that hopefully you don't get hung up on your horse, which would be horrendous.
Okay, so there's the overall length. So I'm going to cut the waist hole, and then I'll try it on.
Yep. So like this bottom part that she just cut, if you wanted this shorter, you would just cut it here if you want it shorter for the back of the skirt. And she's just cutting out the waist. So again, depending on what your waist measurement is, you would just cut this longer or shorter depending on your waist length. So if you're 32 inch, you might actually not want to go 16 inches, but you might want to go 20 or 22, which gives you 44 inches, so that when you wrap it around and you Velcro it around yourself, you have what you want. So she's actually going to try this on, just like a little dry fit.
For unfold, there's a like U shape.
Yep, you get like a horseshoe shape.
And then this one has quite a bit of overlap. You can see that it's short in the front and longer in the back, which then drapes over the horse's hind end.
Correct. Tape that. Okay, so Sierra's feeling like this is too much overlap. So what she's going to do is what?
I'm going to take about 3 inches off each side. I don't need 14 inches of overlap. So I'm just going to lay it back down, fold it in half. And I'm just going to cut it.
Yep, so she's just literally gonna, this is the part where, you know, that this is the waist, and that's basically the knee length. So she felt like she cut the waistline a little too deep. So this is a very forgiving pattern. You can alter it just by chopping some of this off.
And to cut too much off at once. You can always take a little more off. So open it up again. That feels like a much more appropriate amount of overlap.
So I would say that's probably 6 inches, and we could measure that quick for people. You want to measure what that. So her overlap is actually 8 inches. So then what she's going to do is she's going to take a piece of fabric and cut it 6 inches wide, and that'll become the waistband. And then if she wants to bind it with quilt binding, you can use bias tape and sew that all the way around the edges. Or you can serge it on a serger and just serge the edge. Or you can make quilt binding and bind it. You can do any of those things. And the waistband, what we do is we literally just take a piece of fabric and we cut out a 6 inch wide piece, fold it in half, and just sew it on.
6 inches.
Yep.
You can do thicker.
Yep. And we just sew it on, and then we just put Velcro on it, and that's it. Oh, hold on.
The opposite. So if your Velcro is here on the inside, then you would put it on the opposite side here, so that they overlap each other.
Yeah, so when you're wearing it, it will Velcro onto itself. And then Sierra put a pocket on hers for her cell phone. My one girlfriend made hers, and she actually put Velcro on the inside of this pocket so she could seal her cell phone in there. All right, well, we hope you enjoyed this short video. Enjoy making your riding skirts.